This is a sequel to our session 1, which we had on financial planning and on investments and how to become rich. The whole idea is to help people, anyone from 25 to 55, to retire very gracefully, having a good corpus by the time you're 60, so that you can retire in a very dignified way. For those who have not seen session 1, please see session 1, but just for the sake of it, I'm going to quickly revise what I said. We were discussing about the 8th wonder of the world, the power of compounding. And I was mentioning about it that, if you invest, I was giving a very simple formula so you could remember, Sanjay, 15, 15, 15. So I was telling that if you invest 15,000 rupees at 15% for 15 years, you shall get rupees 1 crore. But that same formula, that 15,000 rupees at 15% but now 30 years, then you are not going to end up with double or triple 2 crores because you're going to get 10 crores. And that's what you need. And I think, Rajiv, if you start saving early, let's say if not at 25, you start saving at 30, you get a clear 30 years horizon, 60 years, right? But I agree because I have gone through that phase and I think 30 to 40 is a tough time of life because your expenses are really high, but you still have to find out a way to save and not withdraw. You have to invest and not withdraw for any expenditure. So one trick I can share with you, it's a trick which you may not like, but I want to have that financial discipline. As you know, I'm a very disciplined teacher. So one is to cut down on EMIs. There is good debt and there is a bad debt. Good debt are those which get assets, like if a home loan or you invest in a child's MBA, or going abroad. That's an asset. But Ajay, when you are investing in going on a vacation to Europe or buying a consumer goods, a big refrigerator, a big television, you're not trading any asset. So that is only instant gratification. So I think you need to cut down on that and actually focus on your investment. That's very clear on that. So we were saying, and the other thing I was telling was that 3%, 15. What does it mean? That rupees 15,000 per month. 15, 3, 30, let's put it. So 15,000 per month at 3%, but for 30 years will actually be less than 1 crore. So we really need to find out instruments which have got high returns. And I am very bullish on India, and I want you to be bullish on India. The whole world is bullish. That's why you find a lot of FII, FPI money coming in. So therefore, it's going to grow. India is growing, it's going to grow. So how do you get advantage of this growth of India? Not by putting money in your banks in the savings account. After you're finished with your health insurance and your life insurance, you need to invest after doing risk management in the stock market, either directly or through mutual funds. Now, let's put it a simple figure, 15,000 rupees. Now you'll say, sir, 15,000 rupees, what can I do in the stock market? And we agree, let's say the largest company of India, Reliance, has roughly a share price of 2,000 rupees per share. So you can buy only 7 shares in 15,000 rupees. That's not much. But what was not available 25 years back, which is available now, is that you can actually get into an ETF of Sensex. What does that mean? Just to simplify it in very simple language is that if you have a demat account, with that 15,000 rupees, you are not buying a single stock, Rajiv. You are buying a part of those wonderful 30 stocks. Pulava, what are those Sensex stocks? Mouth-watering. They are the Asian Paints, the Axis Bank, the Bajaj Auto, the Bajaj Finance, the Hindustan Lever, the HCL Technology, Hindustan Lever, ICICI, Larsen Toubro, Kotak Bank, Mahindras. So, you've got the best. Of course, Reliance and State Bank is there, so the Sensex stock. So, what happens is that in the ETF, they pool together your money. You give 10,000, I give 15,000, someone gives 25,000. All over India, it becomes 100 crores, 1,000 crores, whatever it becomes. And so then they invest that pool of money into buying those, exactly mimics those beautiful 30 stocks. So actually then what you're doing is every month you're not investing in a particular stock because you're very busy with your office work, right? Like Ajay, you're working in IT firms, you may not have all the time to really look for time to every day. But this is called passive investing. you are not becoming individual stocks. You're just investing in the best 30 stocks, the best of the blue chips. So this is what I call, Pulama, risk management. So Anita, this is risk management in the sense that you need to, there is a famous saying, Anita, no risk, no gain. So here you're talking of that let us take some risk and so our gain is also maximized. So what are the things you should never do, Sunita? You should never ever take loans to invest in the market, in the stock market. Never. It's going to be your own hard-earned money which you will invest. So that's one thing to do. And you are going to keep this money for long term, because in the long term there is no volatility. All these ups and downs are in the short term. Nothing is happening in the long term. And third is, as I said, you're going to invest in the bluest of the blue chips, which is called passive investing, the 30 best stocks you're going to invest. So I think you can try it out. I'm not a stockbroker, so I'm not going to recommend any stocks to you. Right? I'm going to leave it to the experts and you can use the mutual fund. But of course, after you've done your proper medical insurance and after you've done your life insurance, then only you're going to put your money, put a part of the money into the market also, so that you can take advantage of the market. Good luck. We're going to have a further, series of these lectures. So you can actually, if you like, you should definitely subscribe to this channel so that you keep on getting updates. Just to give you a very brief background, I'm a BTech in mechanical engineering, but after that I did my MBA from IIM Calcutta, and I'm a teacher, a very popular teacher in the MBA world. So I'm from the finance world, and it's a very genuine desire from my side to help you do financial planning and to retire with a large corpus. That's the only purpose. Thank you so much. Good luck.